Hello everyone, welcome to Prison Architect. This is for release update 8, also known as 2.0. This is a preview of that. The actual official release should be probably less than a month or so as of this recording. Probably around end of August, early September, somewhere around there. But you can get the preview if you go to the Steam options for this game. There should be an option to download the beta for it for release 2.0 and you can check it out. This is going to be the last major content update, they said. So everything from here on out for this game will sounds like it'll just be bug fixes, stuff like that. So no more new content added. So this will probably be the last of these videos. And yeah, let's take a look at what they did. So some of the new stuff that they changed around was the menus down here. You can see they have a new background now. It's a little bit nicer looking, a little bit more consistent. Um, Same thing with the utilities background. It's a little bit, I think, easier to kind of see it. Each one of the three, the hot water, regular water, electricity, a little bit easier to see what you're working around. And you might notice in the corner here, there's a little question mark. If you hover over that, it'll give you some information about what either the whole menu is in general is about or specific items. So for staff, for example, if you hover over the guard, it'll tell you a little bit about the guard, and they give you some tips about that. Same thing with the dog handler, the chief there. Utilities, for example, kind of just gives you a brief overview of all of the utilities, not each individual item. And most of the items here will have that. They also updated a little bit how the deployment looks. You can see there it's a little bit nicer looking. Again, just some minor changes like that. With the rooms, if you hover over a room now, it will highlight that room. Everything else kind of goes dark, as you can see there. So it's a little bit nicer, a little bit easier to find rooms now. So if it's a small room, like say maybe a cleaning cupboard that you don't normally pay much attention to, you can find it. See this up top there? It'll highlight for you, make it a little bit easier to find those random rooms that you have hidden about. So that's kind of nice. Another new thing that they put in, let's put down, we'll do a quick build over here. Let's do a solitary cell. Let's say you build that and then you quickly change your mind. If you hit that undo button, it'll cancel all of it. Now, if you already have part of it built, when you hit that, it's not going to, magically delete what you already built. You will have to, demolish that. But if you're building like some mass thing and then change your mind, you can hit that undo button to cancel everything out. So that's one of the new things that they added. Another thing that they changed or put in was zoom to mouse. As you can see there, wherever your mouse is, when you zoom in, it will go to where your mouse is. Whereas before it used to go just straight down, it will now zoom into where your mouse goes. If you don't want that, you can go to options and then game, and you can undo that option, uncheck zoom to mouse. You can also undo the changes that, as you can see now, it's kind of back to normal, what it used to be. You can change that also in the options menu as well under games. Click it to apply it again, and then of course, now it's back to the new one. So just some cosmetic stuffs on that end. Another thing that they put in was some new events. They don't quite have it all completed yet. It looks like I see here I got a couple. Objective Preacher Convention, Objective Kaiser Sose, not fully implemented. It just says that. I don't really know what to do for those, but they're there. Some of the other new ones are stuff like contraband surge, so a whole bunch of contraband will come in. Food poisoning, so people are going to get sick from the kitchen. Mass tunneling, so you're going to have a lot of people all trying to escape at once through tunnels. So just some things to kind of keep in mind, look forward to once they get that all kind of sorted out. And that's that. There are a couple new items they added, one of them being, if I can find it in the menu here, arcade cabinet. So let's see, there's a good spot for that. Put down a couple of those. And what that is, so now people can, or 2 inmates at a time, can play games on their little arcade game here. So that kind of gives them something to do. Another thing they added, if I can find it here, it might be easier just to type it. Large TV. So this one you are going to want to add some seats for, so that the prisoners can sit down and watch it, but it'll also affect a lot larger group of people. So instead of having one little TV, you can now have a much larger TV. Also, regular televisions, the small ones, see how that little green box is showing up there? That's the range of the TV now. So they do impact a larger area. Also, radios will affect the whole room. So if you have a radio in a room like this, everyone in the room is going to be a little bit less bored compared to just having, one person listen to it. And that's it for that one. For intelligence, there's a new option to see where stuff has been stolen from. So you can see kind of where the hotspots in your prison are. Like the kitchen's a really big one for me. Of course, over here, stuff gets thrown over the wall. Same thing down there, people get stuff taken from. So it'll show you where stuff's being taken from, so you can adjust to that. You can put metal detectors. There's a lot of drugs from there. Don't care for that very much. So I need more metal detectors, obviously. I gotta get that taken care of. For the regime, there's a couple different things here. What you can do is when you have work time for your inmates, you can have 2 options now. One of them, you can have work time for the people who have jobs, and then free time for everybody else who doesn't have a job. Let's say you don't want that. You want people to be locked down on their free time if they're not working. You can do that. You can have work time / lockup. Everybody gets locked up. They go to their cells, go to their dormitories, go to their holding cell, while the people who do have jobs will work. So you can select which type of work time you want to have. They did also update the menu here. So when you select somebody, you kind of see it's a little bit more out of the way, a little bit nicer looking, a little bit, I think it's a little bit nicer, a little bit better. You can select, do search the cell block. You can show the rap sheet. So the menus for that's a little bit nicer. And that goes for everything. You can see the benches, the tables, all of that stuff. Now has that nice little menu. Oh, another thing they did was for the intelligence for, let's see here, informants. There we go. It's a little bit smaller menu now, and it's off to the side, so it's not taking up the big center thing here. It's a little bit more compact, a little bit more out of the way. And that's about that. That's about it for that. I mean, so that should be about it for all the new stuff, all the changes, things like that. Again, I'll probably do another video once it's officially released and kind of just go over some of the stuff, see if they added, maybe, fix the new events change here. But that's pretty much it for this last update. Again, this update 8/2.0. the final one for Prison Architect besides minor updates, minor bug fixes, stuff like that. So, as always, thank you for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed, and I do hope I get to see you next time.